Things are looking good with the riverboat down under, Eddie. Thanks to the Finmeister, of course. Let's face it, bro, they're dealing with a living legend.
I'm coming through Tingala next week with several large tourist groups, and they're all after something a bit different.
Well, you've definitely come to the right place.
What have you got for me?
Wilderness, history, adventure, around every bend. There's a couple of bookings early on, but you can take your pick from the rest of the week.
I'll book the lot.
You serious?
That ought to cover the deposit. Maddie Rivers, River Wild Adventures. Pleasure doing business with you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Hey, Sarah, who was that?
I'm not sure. You guys hear that? We're booked up all next week.
Oh,
I think we've hit the big time.
You know what this means? For once, we're going to end a month with money in the bank.
Well, I've come a long way in a short time, and it's thanks to all of us. Oh, and my lucky charm, of course. Scoff if you will. But Sarah's mother gave me this, and as long as it's with me, luck seems to go my way. And one day, I'll pass it on to Sarah.
Looks like our luck's still holding, guys.
More cargo coming aboard, Dad.
I'll be there in a minute.
Now, that takes me back to my childhood.
Hi.
Hello, young Becky.
Who's that?
Old Snowy, the hermit. He's lived in a humpy out past our place ever since I can remember. And that's Chatterbox, his mate.
I bet if this old steamer's walls could talk, she'd have a tale or two to tell.
Tom, do you reckon I could show old Snowy over the Tingala race?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course. You're welcome aboard, Snowy.
Ah. What, are you going to come with us? Come on.
Feel free to look around anywhere you like.
Keep 'em coming, crew. Still plenty more to stow.
You sure about this? Yeah. Well, you're the boss. Hold it, guys. I'm afraid the order's just been cancelled. We're going to have to load it all back onto my truck.
You've got to be joking.
I wish I was.
Oh, well, just a bit of bad luck, I suppose. Come on, it won't take long if we all pitch in.
Sucks. Major league.
The old guy seemed in a funny sort of mood as he left.
Coming on board just brought a lot of old memories back to him, that's all. He used to work on a paddle steamer as a kid too.
Are you really sure it was in the washroom?
Well, sure as I can be.
What's up, Mr. McD?
Dad can't find his good luck charm.
Well, have you been off the boat since you last saw it?
No?
Well, it's got to be around here somewhere.
We'll find it, Mr. McD. Come on, guys. Let's check it out. Are you sure you looked everywhere? Linda.
I checked the galley.
Hamish?
I've been over the hold with a fine tooth comb.
Ditto with the stern.
And the bow.
And I've checked every inch of the engine room and found zip, nada, diddly squat, zilch, a big fat nothing.
Excuse me. Look, I'm really sorry to do this to you, but I'd like to cancel the booking I made earlier. It was a refundable deposit, wasn't it?
Mind if I ask why?
They all wanted to visit the River Queen instead. I told them this would be much more fun, but they wouldn't budge.
Oh, maybe next time then.
Sorry.
The River Queen, can you believe it?
Well, wherever that charm is, I think my luck's with it. But why else would we lose the cargo and the tour like that, right out of the blue?
Objects can't actually hold like Mr. McD. Scientifically, the concept reeks.
Well, I say it's proof that the charm is lucky. Look what's happened since it went missing.
It is weird, I'll give you that.
Yeah, well, you kids can think what you like. All I know is I want it back before things get any worse.
People, I do believe it's time for a war council.
It's definitely nowhere on board, otherwise we would have found it by now.
Exactamundo. And if it didn't disappear by itself, it leaves one more possibility. Somebody snaked it.
You mean like it was stolen?
Had to be.
Hey, cats, what was stolen?
Dad's lucky charm.
Whoa, someone call the cops, man.
You think Sergeant Thomas is going to be any help?
And do we really want members of the constabulary running about the place?
Negative. What this job calls for are PIs.
Is that something rude?
He means private investigators.
We can't afford that.
We don't have to. We go into the business ourselves. You with me?
You're full of it, Chuck.
Look, we track this dweeb down personally, and we get Mr. McDee's luck back for him.
Far out.
Cool. Wicked.
All right, count me in. Chuck, Finn and Associates. Private investigators.
I printed them up myself.
Really? I never would have guessed that. Tell me, how come your name is in big black letters and the rest of us are just and Associates?
Because you're just the grunts. I'm the brains of the outfit.
In that case, we're in deeper trouble than I thought.
She can laugh, Eddie, but she don't know how close I am to solving this puppy. See, I figure no one saw the purd because he came out of the river. And we're talking scuba here, right? So something like ex-Navy SEAL. Let's keep it between us because I want to see your face when the Chuckster saves the day.
Now you bandits, either toe the line or hit the road.
Come on, guys. Let's go check out my new CD game. Oh, what did you get? Vampire Gladiators 4. Where's it gone? Well, don't just stand there. Help me look for it.
Has anyone seen Sergeant Thomas? We've been robbed.
What happened, Edna?
Herman's new dancing shoes are missing.
Shoes. Was that all, Mrs. Littlemore?
A valuable antique brooch has also disappeared.
Where was it?
In my cabin, of course, on the River Queen.
Hey, and I can't find my new CD game either. Somebody swiped that too.
I don't think there can be any doubt. There's a thief loose in Tingala.
Where's Chuck?
He's far too busy being the brains. We're just the grunts. Okay, so who was hanging around the boat when Dad's lucky charm went missing?
Well, there was all of us, of course.
But there was a tour guide, Maddie, Mr. Fargo, and your friend, Snowy.
You can count old Snowy out. He may be a little eccentric, but he'd never do anything like that.
Well, someone must be taking all this stuff. Unless, of course, it's being stolen by a ghost.
Theft. No reputable ghost would stoop to such a thing.
What about cheating at cards?
That's an entirely different matter.
Freight and passenger bookings are still dropping, so the sooner we solve this, the better.
And richer. Tiny's offered $10 for the return of his new CD. And Edna's put up $50 for Herman's dancing shoes.
Yeah, and I heard she promised hundreds to whoever finds the brooch.
So where do we start? How do you track down a thief?
I say we begin by just sniffing around town.
Seen anything yet?
Not a thing.
Anything? No luck. David?
Sorry.
We'll keep looking and don't stop until we can say, Mr. McD, we found it.
Mr. McD, we didn't find it.
I think it's time we face the fact it may be gone for good.
Don't worry, Dad. There's always tomorrow.
Right. I've got a whole new plan. We split into teams and each of us takes a crime scene.
Three-pronged attack. Worth a try. I'll keep looking for Dad's missing lucky piece. Linda, we'll take the pinch CD game.
Guess that leaves us with the jewellery and the dancing shoes.
And remember, at Finn and Associates, we never rest till we get our man.
Mind you, I'm not making any accusations, but my cabin where I kept the brooch was locked, and the only way in was through a smallish porthole that only a child could fit through.
Oh, my. And you're telling us this because...
Well, your son and his young friends always seem to be hanging around.
We don't hang around, all right? Some of us have to pass that way to get to the Tin Galleros. Besides, who else was hanging around that day?
Oh, well, only that old swagman they call Snowy.
Good Lord. I must have been robbed, too. My reading glasses have disappeared.
They're on your forehead.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Hey, cool. At least that's one mystery solved for today. The bill will be in the mail. We're looking for an ex-Navy SEAL dwarf. The net's tightening, bro.
So Edna's going around saying that the thief has to be one of the Finn gang.
She'd be the only one in town to believe that. Everyone else knows it's that old Snowy codger.
How's that?
Well, I heard my dad and his mates talking last night. They say that if he doesn't give the stuff back, they're going to total his humpy and run him out of town.
And just what makes them so sure?
He was spotted near the River Queen just before their things went missing. And they reckon he was at the Tingala Rose when they got hit too. Who else?
Hey, hang on, Tiny. Wasn't he here when your CD went off as well?
That's just what I was thinking. Boys, we're gonna pay him a little visit.
What if someone sees us?
Not a chance. He's out there all by himself. And I want my game back.
David told me he heard they're trying to run old Snowy out of town.
Have they all gone mad?
The circumstantial evidence isn't looking good for him, Becky.
Oh, come on, you guys. Innocent until proven guilty.
But it is a lead, and it's the only one we've got. I think I should go out and have a bit of a chat with him, just in case.
I better get moving too. I have to meet David at the River Queen.
Well, Linda and I have to go to the milk bar to check for clues. See you later.
I wonder how old Snowy could have taken that CD from Tiny's bag when he was over at the counter the whole time.
Yeah, he was steering clear of all that rough stuff that was going on.
But someone took it, didn't they? Someone must have. Otherwise, it would still be in the milk bar somewhere.
Linda, that's it. I think you might have solved the case. Come on, I've got an idea.
Look, Chatterbox, we've got company.
Well, it must be awful for you here not having any power.
I've got peace and quiet, that's all I need.
What the heck's that?
What are you goons up to?
Thought you said there'd be no one here.
That old geezer pinched my CD.
Get real, Dipstick. He hasn't even got electricity.
Either he gives it back or he gets the treatment.
Nick off or I'll get Sergeant Thomas. I'm not kidding.
He'll keep. So are you, McDonald. She can't stay here forever. Come at me later.
You'd better come and stay in the Tingala Rose for a while. It's not safe for you here.
I don't understand. I've never done anything to upset you young people.
It's not just the juvenile meatheads. Some of the adults are getting pretty ugly too. Look, it's just until you clear your name.
Okay. If you're sure it's for the best.
Don't worry, we'll sort this out in no time. You'll be back home before you know it. Honestly, it won't be for long.
You really believe that? Come on.
Just chill out, eh?
Chill out.
You know, I think Becky's right. He's as innocent as they come.
Okay, Finn and associates just have to prove it, right? All we have to do is find an ex-Navy SEAL midget who likes jewelry, shoes, and Nintendo games. The rest is easy. Stick with me. I know where I'm going with this.
Go back again with McDonald and the old geezer gone.
Just in time. Excellent.
What are you dogs up to?
We're going to reenact the events leading up to your CD going missing.
But before we do, show us the money. It was my very able assistant, Linda, who gave me this idea. Now let's reconstruct the scene that day. Now, the CD was in the front of the bag like this, yes?
Yeah, so?
And there was a lot of scrapping going around, hands and especially feet going everywhere. Now, this is calculated to deliver a boot identical to that of a 13-year-old doofus. Now observe a careless kick. Just as I thought, there was no theft.
So much for old Snowy taking it.
There's still all the other stuff. He's not off the hook yet.
Did the shoes have any distinguishing features?
Of course they did. They were one of a kind, handmade in Brazil and custom designed to hold his feet firm and strong. Herman can't possibly dance without them. Watch carefully and I'll demonstrate. Herman is the coat hanger and I'm the garment. He must stay rigid and strong so I can float like a butterfly. And to remain as good as we are, we simply must practice at least 3 times a week. And without the proper shoes, that's just not possible.
The birds disappeared, those kids have disappeared.
Whoa, old timer, where did you come from?
Yeah, man, you scared us, Daddy-O.
You do look like you've seen a ghost.
Ghost? No.
I'll let you get on with your game.
Must have imagined it.
Herman's a real glutton for punishment.
You're not kidding.
I think you want to get rid of those shoes. I'll work out which porthole leads into his cabin.
And I'll get the fishing line. We think Herman stole them himself.
Yeah, man. Can't be easy for him dealing with such a headstrong woman. I know how he feels.
Hey, watch it.
Hello? Anybody there?
Mr. Littlemore, come on in. I believe we may have something that belongs to you.
It's a little hard to explain.
Let's see if we can't do that for you. No shoes meant no more dancing practice. Well, until they were replaced, right?
Yes, dear. I mean, yes.
So when your wife said she'd been robbed, you saw a chance to get rid of them.
Open the porthole and deep six them over the side.
And blame it on the thief.
I don't think we should tell Edna.
We'd have to think about that.
Don't blame him. It's a wonder he can still walk.
He shoots, he scores. Another mystery solved thanks to Chuck Finn and his associates.
Well, the associates, anyway.
I wouldn't get too stoked just yet. There's still the brooch and the skipper's charm.
Yeah, you like that one, huh, little buddy? That's an exact replica of a ring worn by the king himself.
Leave the creature alone, buddy. There's cards waiting.
I'm gonna have to play now, little buddy. You know, this little rockin' Robin really digs this ring, man. I swear you're a born bodgy, man.
Holy smoke! There was 2 people in funny costumes there. Now, where'd they go?
No, but we're the only ones here. Right, Sarah?
Yeah, whatever.
It must have been one of them hallucinations again.
Snowy, when you let him fly free, does he hang around the river?
Natural place for a bird.
And has he always been attracted by shiny objects?
Noticed it once or twice in the last few months. Why?
Chuck, get the rest of the gang together. I think I know where the last missing things are.
Chatterbox, off you go!
He's been collecting things from all over the river. I figure he sometimes spotted shiny things through windows or portholes.
It would only take him a nanosecond to fly in and help himself.
Luck out. I bet this is Edna's brooch. I'd put money on it.
Major league luck out. Look.
Dad's lucky charm.
Yes!
It was all a stupid mix-up. And to assure you it won't happen again, the boss wants to make a permanent booking.
So that's 10 people for the Thursday cruise.
That River Queen tour was just so boring. From now on, all my groups go the Tingala Rose or nothing. and I'm paying all the money up front.
Great. Thanks,
Thank
Matty.
you very much.
Let me just enter the details in the book, Joe.
Mr. McDonald. A little bird tells me that you're going out of business.
Well, thanks to another little bird, we've had a change of luck.
Well then, I need you to call together these juveniles. There's the question of the reward that needs to be addressed. I appreciate the fact that my brooch has been returned, but there's still a matter of Herman's dancing shoes. We refuse to pay out any money until they're found. No shoes, no reward.
I guess we lose out then. Hey, Becky.
I suspect those shoes have vanished. Forever. Sorry.
Thank you.
Well, I guess that wraps up the case. But if we're ever needed again, they'll know to call Chuck Finn, P.I.